Jay here with Regal Shines. So I ended up putting a prosumer coating on this Mercedes truck. I use Gtechniq CSL Crystal Serum Light, and then I did a top coat of EXO about 2 hours later, and then the vehicle cured in the garage. But before that, we got to do a backstory. You have to make sure you thoroughly educate a client on the care of a ceramic coating before you ever put a ceramic coating on their vehicle, okay? Almost 95% of the people I've ever done a ceramic coating for, they are totally misled. Everything that they think is true with the ceramic coatings is 100% false. So you have to educate them on the care. Just because somebody gets a ceramic coating, okay, doesn't mean they never have to wash the vehicle. Doesn't mean they never have to care for the vehicle. In some cases, it actually means that you have to care for the vehicle even more meticulous. But that being said, my client was in a fender bender, and then his window was smashed for a robbery. So I had a lot of adhesive to remove on the driver's side door, and then I had a small paint correction on the front bumper, and he was well aware that there's nothing I can do about the lost paint on the bumper. I even advised him, okay, not to get the ceramic coating and to wait until the vehicle was out of the auto body shop before he did the ceramic coating. He was extremely adamant. He wasn't gonna have the Mercedes put back in the shop just for some missing paint on the bumper. It was just in the shop for a new window, and it took forever. It was in there for weeks. So he said, I want you to just do the correction, do the enhancement on the vehicle, and then do the ceramic coating. So as long as your client or your customer is 100% educated on what you're doing and what the results will be, then there's not going to be any unforeseen outcomes where then the client is like, what the fuck. In any case, the rims were extremely hammered. I had to bust out my drill brushes. I find that it's the quickest way to really hammer through the built up layers of brake dust on the inner rim. And, license plate comes off, and then we do the normal things that we always do to the vehicle, which is pre-wash first. After we do the pre-wash to the paint, we're going to let it dwell for about a minute and a half. You don't ever want to let it dry on the vehicle. So if you have to re-wet it, reapply it to keep it wet, then that's fine. And then you got to do a high pressure rinse. I see most detailers skipping on this part. A high pressure rinse, if you're running a low PSI pressure washer, means that you got to get up close to the paint. Okay, you got to do 2 inches, 3 inches from the paint. Got to be very careful, but the high pressure rinse is key. If you're just rinsing the vehicle after you do your pre-wash without any pressure, then you're not really knocking off any crud or dirt or debris. Okay, I have my super soft brush there, really getting in there with the emblems, and here I am drying the vehicle. So after we refoam the vehicle, do the contact wash, then we're going to dry. Okay, we're going to dry meticulous. We have to use the blower with combination of the drying towel. I find that's the quickest method. There were some artillery spores that I had to take off with a plastic razor blade. I've made videos on this before, guys. You need to be extremely meticulous removing artillery spores, and a plastic razor blade is one of the fastest ways to do it. Here I'm doing the paint correction on the front bumper. Okay, I used a wool pad and 3D1, and then I finished up with a foam pad and Rupes Uno Pure. I'm using the Autofiber amphibian towel and foaming glass cleaner to do all the windows. And here I'm doing the first layer, which is Crystal Serum Light. This is a 2-layer coating, guys. EXO goes on afterwards. That is the top coat, and the layers together in unison are what really give this coating its durability.